we believe that we help businesses thrive and we help people develop great careers.
So today's event is critically important for alternatives because of our specialist approach to the whole world of data analytics. We have a passion for breaking new ground in marketing, digital and customer-centric talent, and this is yet another example of where our specialism comes to the fore, to be able to attract and work with some really, really strong partner organisations such as the speaking panel today from AIB, from Electric Ireland and from the DAA, really lends weight to our overall offering and our strong reputation in the whole area of talent solutions and our, I suppose, evolved and fresh way of thinking.
The key thing for Electric Ireland is around industrialising analytics. We have a lot of silos of analytics going on across the organisation, but it's about industrialising it so we can provide the best experience for our customers and making sure that we're using the customer information the customer's given to us to provide the right sorts of products for them and the right kind of service going forward. Our big challenge is trying to do that, making sure we have the right infrastructure in place in terms of data, but also make sure we have the right people around the business in order to be able to grasp the insights that can be harnessed from all that data. But also be mindful of the brand that we are. We need to be very protective of the customer's data. We are a semi-state brand that's very much trusted by our customers, so we need to make sure that we protect that data they give us and use it in the right sort of way.
I think the key thing for us in AIB is the leadership support and buy-in and the investment that's been put into it. And also part of that is being able to understand analytics at all levels of the organisation. And to do that, you need to be able to tell the story of how analytics is driving and growing the business. In AIB, we want to become an analytics-led organisation.
I think at the moment, we've seen a huge amount of disruption in the data and the analytics space. It's a time of huge change. More and more businesses want to get into this space, and a lot of them don't really know where to start. So, and I think that's I suppose the biggest challenge that many organisations face. And I think the key to that ultimately, there's a number of elements. One will be around the talent, making sure that you acquire the right talent, people who have experience in this area. And the second thing is, in the academic world as well, there's a lot of fresh talent coming through, so that's an area we certainly look at. And from a technology perspective, really look at some of the modern platforms now. There really are some fantastic tools out there that enable the business, not just the technology folk, to really make the most of the data that they have at their disposal. So that's really important. And then finally, probably from a process perspective, agility is key. All of our business stakeholders, they want it. Speed to insight is a key factor that we see out there. And the tools enable us to do that. I think the talent enable us to do that. And I think for any business now, it's just about going out there and don't be afraid. There'll be a few false starts, there'll be a few failures along the way, but that's part of the journey.
What was really interesting for me about today's event is that in comparison to last year, how far organisations have really come forward in their analytics roadmap. There seems to be more bravery in the Irish analytics scene from global organisations or Irish organisations indigenously looking outward on the world. Secondly, I think there's a huge amount of interest in innovation in systems and process and real sense of listening from CIOs, CEOs and CMOs and CEOs, if you will, at the senior level. There's a huge appetite amongst organisations to listen to candidates, to bring diversity into the projects and to utilise organisations like Alternatives who are actually bringing in those same ideologies all of the time. So really what I've taken most of today, if you will, is how we've seen a mirror in terms of what I'm doing with candidates on a daily basis. Organisations are listening to what candidates want in terms of diversity in projects, listening to what candidates want to achieve in terms of their pinnacle goals and actually having an impact in organisations. And finally, organisations are listening to what talent want to achieve on projects and bringing in a flexible and alternative approach to how they treat that talent on the job.